All right, Sagittarius, we are looking into your current energy. We're going to dive right into it, take a look at what is happening, the message that you need at this time for Sagittarius. Oh, I think 2 cards there came out. You have Wish Upon a Star and Broken Open. So number 39 and 28. All right, so let's take a look. It's really nice, actually. Just the first feeling I had when I first saw these. It's almost like a deeper. It's going to be a couple messages here, I feel. There's one around you might be going through something hugely. It's almost. Let's see if I can articulate this properly. It's almost as if you're being tested of how bad you want your dream, and you might be going through something hugely transformative. You might be breaking through layers of fear. You might be questioning your path. You might be doubting yourself. You might be questioning your relationship with other people. And it is sort of this process that you might find yourself in of how bad do you want your dream to happen. And the more that you align with that, the more of this you're going to experience. You're going to shift. You're going to maybe lose something. You're maybe going to have to give up something. You might even have to go deeper within your practice. So this is growing because you're now connecting, or you have connected with your dream, your desire, your wish. And the Wish Upon a Star is basically it's kind of a prompt. It's saying how it's not necessarily how bad do you want your dream. It's basically saying just don't give up on it. Stay in alignment no matter how turbulent or no matter how difficult the path may feel. Hold that star close to your chest and stay true to your dreams. And you might have to go through a loss in order to get there, or maybe you've already gone through it in some kind of way. But the broken open is when we have to almost dismantle our old self, or go through the loss, or go through a big change within ourselves to align with our true self, or our dreams, our desires, etc. So there's something a big this is a big reading actually already, I feel. So let's just go into the good tarot before I keep going and say too much before getting on a tangent about this, because I feel this is actually quite a big reading here. So okay, you have the Fortune's Wheel, challenge, 5 fire, and your outcome for Sagittarius. You have the Queen of Fire, Leo energy. Let me see if I can fit all of these cards in. Okay. 4 of Water at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, so for some of you, you might be holding back on the emotional front. You might be sort of, there's something, I feel there is turbulence in some kind of way, but like under the surface, I feel that you are gaining clarity with a deeper knowing of yourself, of maybe what has happened, of maybe your path. But I feel that the broken open something is changing here. And the 4 of Water is you're taking your time before you make a move, before you create change out of what you've experienced. So you could be in a process of integration. You could be in a process of healing, of transformation. The Fortune's Wheel here is your main energy. So, something has had to change. Something is changing, and it had to. It's essential in order for you to align with your star, your North Star, right? So the broken open is I feel the Fortune's Wheel is combining all of this here. It's aligning you with your direction, with your true self, your North Star, if you will. And yes, you may have had to go through quite a big, experience. But it was necessary, and this is moving. It's moving something. It's moving you along, even though you may not be able to see it right now, but it definitely is happening. So the five of fire is your challenge. I'm going to leave that right now, but until I get some clarifiers. The Queen of Fire is your outcome, Leo energy. Now it's about you rising above. We do have your full moon coming in. Oh, it should be about a week and a bit, I think, from this reading. So the Queen of Fire is your outcome of you rising more into, well, the rising from the ashes. The Queen of Fire is the it's kind of the phoenix a bit in this archetype. Rising above and becoming more pure, authentic, vibrant, joyful, abundant, outwardly, you know, feeling like you are, you know, like the weight has been lifted off of you, and becoming more expressive, becoming more in your expressive, creative self, vibrant self, I would say. So let's go under the oracles here. Two of Swords. Ooh, we got two twos, Two of Pentacles. Hangman. Let's go into the Fortune's Wheel for Sagittarius. We have the King of Cups, Three of Cups, and the Page of Fire. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely a slow time right now, as in it's not a negative whatsoever. It's just the pace is sort of, there's a lot of processing going on here. There's a lot of change happening within yourself and aligning you with, again, your North Star, your dreams. So definitely do not give up on your dreams. A change needs to happen to align you with this, right? You have the Two of Swords and the Two of Pentacles with this energy. So because you're going through change under the surface, or even maybe in your environment, there's kind of a bit of it's like a standoff with life, or with the process of life, or the path of life. You might be holding back on something. You might be resisting it. You might be avoiding something. You might be juggling. You might even be weighing things out a little bit with the Two of Pentacles, weighing out two things, or trying to balance a few things. You have two twos, so maybe it's between two things, like two options, this way, that way, this or that, maybe the dualities or something of that nature. But I mean, you have two cards here. So it is, you know, your North Star, what you wish and desire, versus maybe not even so much versus, like these two, I think they're in tandem happening. You know, your dream, your desire is starting to align, or you could even honestly be questioning it due to the fact that you're going through such a drastic change right now. You might even be, maybe even for some, like giving up, or questioning this dream that you want. But the more that I feel you question, the more you're going to change within yourself. And these doubts and these questions are completely normal. You know, we feel into them so that we can really test ourselves, or even find solutions, or dig deeper within. And I feel that it's allowing for that depth to be explored within yourself. And so you might be holding off on, you know, making a move, or what direction you want to take, and balancing these two experiences. However, you get the Hangman with this, right? And so, like I said, you're gaining more enlightenment through this process, even though it can be difficult, and there can be a hesitation or resistance, or even, I don't know, maybe there's struggle with it as well. But the Hangman is the awakening. It's the realization, the new perspective gained, the new sense of self, looking at life from a different perspective. So this is really important time for you right now. And that's why in maybe a different area of your life, things might feel a little bit on hold or uncertain. But it's because of what you're going through on a deeper level, which is adjusting. It's adjusting to a new path. I feel it's adjusting to your dreams. Yeah. And so the Wheel of Fortune is moving this, you know, it's coming in, and it's like, all right, it's like shifting happening and change happening, and, you know, and maybe a new direction. The Fortune's Wheel also does have a little bit of karma to it. So maybe there's something there if it resonates with you, but definitely a change, big. Okay. So you have the King of Cups, which is Pisces energy here. Yeah, there's a lot of wisdom being gained through this process. I feel that you're gaining a new level of emotional maturity. I feel that you're gaining a new level of sense of self, even within the, well, definitely within the emotional self, being very wise. Like, I feel that there's a lot of wisdom with this. I feel that there's a lot of deep learning. Sagittarius being more of an experiential learner. This is definitely in your wheelhouse of, providing you with great wisdom, right? What you've gone through, what you've maybe even a whole life, like your life story coming into a culmination of sorts where you're like, oh, okay, I get this like bigger story called life thing. And so I feel for some of you, it's going to be that big of a learning experience that's going to also support the King of Cups position. So maybe for some of you, you'll be moving into a role, or maybe you already are, of leadership, mentorship, helping others, inspiring others, holding space for others. You have the Three of Cups. So celebration. Maybe you are also welcoming in a bit of enjoyment and fulfillment and fun into your space. And then you have the Page of Fire. So getting really excited about the potential of this. So with each shift that you go through, you get lighter and you feel greater potential within yourself of what you can create as a result. And so there's a new wave of energy coming in here. Rushing in, and I feel calling you towards something that's going to create a lot of excitement. And this is your North Star, your star, your dreams, right? And so there's this energy moving you forward. You have the Four of Swords, getting rest. It's a bit of the Hangman, so getting rest, gaining new perspective, resting the mind. Even though you have the Two of Swords in there, which is kind of blocking things, but then again, you might also find yourself a little tired or just letting go. So you might be in this phase of being very observant of the mindset, of what's happening within the mind, and just immediately letting go and getting a new perspective, maybe meditating. Okay, so let's go into the Five of Fire. This is your challenge for Sagittarius, the Four of Cups. Temperance and your guidance. Okay. That's funny. Okay, I'll get into that in just a moment. So you have the Five of Fire as your challenge. I mean, for some of you, it could be anything from being triggered by other people. Maybe, I mean, you could even be I want to say maybe cutting people out or creating space of your own so that you don't have to deal with people. You could be really sensitive to other people's energies right now. You could be even pulled into many different directions, or completely cutting people out and creating boundaries so that you're not affected by people's energy. You might even be naturally very affected energetically by other people. So this could be, you could be feeling the weight of other people, the weight of the world, or like I said, cutting people out or creating space for yourself so that you're not dealing with other people simply as that. The Four of Cups is, it's really, I feel there's one part of you here kind of almost avoiding change or avoiding movement. Yeah, it's the Four of Cups, sort of stuck in the emotions and not making a move, even though there is opportunity, and the Fool is your guidance to, is saying to make a move, to take a risk, to open your door metaphorically speaking, but it just is engaging in life, or taking that leap of faith, or changing something, shaking something up a little bit. Temperance here is there. I feel in the emotional self, it's interesting you have the King of Cups here, but in the challenge is Temperance with the Four of Cups. It's like almost your emotions feel imbalanced in some kind of way. There's like an imbalance, maybe to do with other people, maybe in how you, maybe career-wise, working with other people, being very sensitive to other people's energies, or maybe even trying to sort of figure out how to work with others, because right now, or maybe in the past, things have been very imbalanced, and you may have found that your energy had been really affected by others, maybe in some kind of way. It was maybe hard to keep balance and moderation of some kind, maybe between other people and your own space or your own life, etc. So maybe it just shut down, like went kind of almost like need to cut that out or take a break. But your guidance right now is the Fool with this situation, whatever it is. So take it as it resonates. But the Fool is all about taking that leap of faith, moving forward, making that move, right? Listening to your intuition and just going for it. And it doesn't mean to be haphazard about it or to be reckless. It actually is to listen, but as long as you're engaging in this new path, and you're taking a chance on yourself, then you're moving somewhere. You're creating a move in some kind of direction, right? And well, not some kind, it's based on your dreams. It's based on that star. And so the Hermit is also your guidance, a little bit of soul searching. I feel that even like it's sort of the reason why I laughed is because these two are quite opposite each other. That's why I said to take a calculated risk and to do a little bit of soul searching, to seek within, but also to move out in the same. And I feel that you have a great deal of wisdom here, as I mentioned. So the wisdom is being gathered. And I feel that it is time to at least explore options of how you can get out there and share your wisdom with others. I feel that you're moving into a path of this type of ability to share with others in some kind of way, or to at least use what you've learned and put it into practice for your future in some form. So let's go into the Queen of Fire for Sagittarius. The Emperor, the Page of Swords, Seven of Cups, and the Nine of Swords. What's behind the Nine of Swords? Death. Okay. So you have the Queen of Fire with the Emperor, which was really nice to come out together. I feel this is yourself here moving into a very empowered version of yourself, where you are ready to take the lead, where you are ready to make a move, maybe develop a strategy, a schedule, a plan, and make it happen. And I feel that you will have the energy to back it up, but also being very outwardly energy. I feel this is like you coming out of a time where you may have been inward. It's like really get out. It's like, I feel that you won't have a choice. Like your inner self will just be propelling you forward. You might all of a sudden be inspired, or also too with the Queen of Fire. I mean, it's a very attractive energy. So you also will naturally attract opportunity to you. But I feel that the Emperor is a really nice combination with it to not only attract and not only to be in that abundant energy, but also to create it, like make it happen. You know, the Emperor is the divine masculine energy. So it is of building, right? It's creating the change. And then you get into the Seven of Cups and the Page of Swords. So you might come into this, maybe you might have a lot of options. You might have a little bit of confusion about where to put your energy. So you might have a lot of options coming in. You may even be fantasizing about potentials or opportunities. And the Page of Swords is maybe a new form of communication or researching and studying. So it is sort of narrowing the choices down into where to put your energy and channel your energy into one or two places that's going to be worth your time and energy, right? So there's going to be this, researching and studying, very new energy. You might have, like I said, a few options to choose from. So with the Seven of Cups is choosing wisely and being very cautious of where you're putting your energy and not getting lost in the confusion, because you also have the Nine of Swords. So there could be some fear. There's going to have to also be a release of something from the past. It could be old fear. It could be a cycle of the past in order to open up for something new here. So you are going to have, and I honestly feel it's going to be one of these sort of like cyclical things that naturally happens is when we're about to step into something new or into a new version of ourselves, we naturally trigger some kind of fear or some kind of response under the surface in the unconscious self that will naturally find its way out and will naturally transform. So when these triggers happen or when these shifts happen within ourselves, it's actually a really opportune time to do the inner work and to release what no longer serves us, what's getting in our way of being all that we want to be. Of the Queen of Pentacles underneath, Taurus energy. So moving you into financial security and stability. And maybe that's the fear. Maybe there's a fear around money. Maybe there's a fear around wealth, imbalance or lack or scarcity. So I feel that there's going to be under the surface, there's a nurturing energy waiting to be cultivated to build your financial prosperous future. All right, so let's go into the animal oracle for Sagittarius. Bad spirit. Ooh, rebirth is assured. Number 5, and 5 is all about change, right? So a rebirth is assured. Definitely. Yeah, I'd say this is very applicable to this reading, especially what I said over here. So a rebirth is assured is what you are, I feel many of you are going through right now, or if it's resonating with you anyway. All right, Sagittarius, I'm wishing you all the best during this time and beyond, and I will see you again very soon. Take care.